and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Absolutely hilarious, especially if Max, which was formerly known as HBO Max, goes along with it. I see Max going down like CNN Plus did. Max, Warner Brothers, level with me. Who made that big brain decision to connect CNN to your streaming platform? It's going to be like a leech on your balls. You can't pull it off without there being some kind of pain. It's like going to be a parasite in your gut. You brought in a hostile entity that is not going to improve your platform, but will build up resentment, anger. There's a reason why people aren't tuning in to cable news. There's a reason why YouTube was bullied by corporate media, MSNBC, CNN, CBS, ABC, Fox News, to get onto the platforms because people weren't tuning in. Dare I say it again, people, the executives at Max, Warner Brothers, level with me here. Corporate media is dying out, and the only reason why, again, they were relevant was because of Trump. The only reason why they're getting views now is because of Trump. The only reason why CNN had a recent uptick in views is because of that CNN town hall in which Caitlin Collins was dragged by Trump, okay? It was great entertainment, but that's about it. CNN had its time, and CNN Plus, where they spent like what, around $250 to $300 million, and their streaming service went down in 1 month, and you have the audacity, Max, Warner Brothers, to think that what you could bring them in. Again, there's a possibility of CNN cutting business relations with cable, period. They're a failing entity. And let me tell you all something, even going further, especially when we look at stories like this. If you have HBO Max, CNN News might interrupt your streaming on Max in the future, but not anytime soon. So imagine you're watching a show on Max, you're watching a movie, you have that date of yours finally at your house. You're watching and you're chilling. You know, you won't be doing anything else. You're supposed to be watching TV, right? And then all of a sudden, CNN, Wolf Blitzer, Jake Tapper, Caitlin Collins, Anderson Cooper interrupt your show. So let's talk about it. CNN News might interrupt your streaming on Max in the future, but not anytime soon. We've got bad news and good news about Max. Oh, it's all going to be bad news, baby. The streaming service, formerly known as HBO Max, known as HBO Max, right? So there you go. The bad news is that its parent company, Warner Brothers Discovery, has been working on a feature that you'll absolutely hate. The good news is that they've parked it for now. Warner Brothers. People at Warner Brothers, what are you doing? Put me in the game, coach. Let me be on these. I can come up with big brain ideas, but nothing this stupid. What the hell? The story begins with Warner Brothers Discovery streaming boss J.B. Parrott, who told Variety about a new feature for alerting Max viewers to breaking news while they are watching something else on the service, whether it be HBO series, Turner Classic Movie Selection, or an old episode of the Food Network's Diners, Drives-In, and Dives. The news would come via CNN, which is joining the Max service on September 27th as CNN Max. Oh, no, that's a terrible name. That's a terrible name. CNN Max Decline. Oh, man, that is pathetic. Oh, my God. I had to stretch just how funny that is. Oh, the reaction to the news was not good. As Boing Boing put it, when I'm watching a movie, it's because I don't want to know about that crap. And now it seems Max people are furiously backpedaling on the story. Hey, let's have democracy in the chat, my lovelies, my mornings, my sunshines. Type 1 if I'm watching a show or a movie and CNN interrupts it, I'm A-okay with it because I want to enjoy the show and be informed with the news. Type 2, hell no. I might even end my subscription service to Max if they do something this stupid. I don't like it. I wonder how many 2s we're going to get in the chat. I wonder. I wonder. So, what exactly is Max going to do with CNN news alerts? Right now, it's not doing anything. Smart move. A source close to the streaming boss told IndieWire that even if, I'm not going to say his last name, who cares? The Warner Brothers person in charge wanted the feature to deliver it, doesn't exist. Oh, thank God. And even if one of its best streaming services did develop it, the feature wouldn't be used to keep you alerted of, say, Donald Trump's latest legal woes. It'd be reserved for more serious things, such as imminent end of the world or a major terrorist attack. Well, if there's an immediate end of the world, I mean, it's kind of pointless. Like, hey, end of the world is happening. This is beyond pathetic. So going forward, again, what CNN Max will deliver is 24/7 news programming for free. And it'll feature its own live stream content, plus a substantial portion of content from CNN US and international, such as, oh, wow, these heavy hitters. Excuse me. I should get some water. Substantial portion of content from CNN US, or as Anderson Cooper 360, The Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer, and Christiane Amanpour, and The Lead with Jake Tapper. Oh, wow. It's an attempt to return to the CNN brand to its pre-streaming prominence. A subscription-based CNN streaming service, CNN Plus, was canceled last year. Failure on an epic level. So I want to pull up this old interview that Joe Rogan did. It's just a few weeks old. But again, Joe Rogan and comedian Dave Smith talked about CNN. The people at Max and Warner Brothers Discovery, listen to this video. Listen carefully, because I don't think you realize what you brought into your establishment. You brought in a parasite. CNN doesn't bring in the views.
Just look what they did to Tucker Carlson, who was the #1 guy on television. And whatever feathers he ruffled, whatever people he pissed off, I don't believe he's openly discussed it yet, because he's probably got some sort of a lawsuit going on. They removed him because he was a problem. The way he was discussing things was a problem.
Well, it's very interesting that if you know, we've talked about this before when we played clips about CNN talking about you and stuff, and like, but if you listen to like CNN, the way they talk about you or the way they talk about Tucker Carlson, not that you guys are in different worlds, but the way they talk about you two guys is like you're these very controversial figures who say all of these things that are not approved of, and these like very polarizing figures. But then
again, that is very interesting that CNN does say that about Tucker or Joe Rogan or anybody else. Again, it's because probably people at CNN are jealous of the success, just like how a lot of corporate media was jealous of the early YouTubers, especially before 2015. There's a reason why corporate media is favored on the algorithm of YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. It's because they want to bully their way so they get your eyeballs watching their programs. Now, again, their viewership is tanking. No one watches CNN. Nobody who has a functioning brain watches CNN. More people are tuning off CNN. The only reason why CNN is relevant is because they're played at old folks' homes and at airports in the United States. And that itself is a war crime. I don't want to see CNN when I'm at the airport, okay? I want to be happy when I'm leaving. I don't want to feel depressed watching CNN while I'm waiting for my flight to get there. There's no purpose to watch CNN at the airport. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let's have democracy in the chat. Type 3, oh, no, I do like to see CNN at the news. Type 4, no, I don't. I don't like to see CNN. I want to see something else.
You're like, no, he's the #1 guy in cable news, and you're the #1 guy in podcasting. Like, you guys, how are you guys viewed as controversial? But like CNN is talking to an audience of like 200,000 people.
Oh, that's a burn. And by the way, I want to give a huge shout out to Credits Born on our live stream chat. CNN is grasping for lifelines. Max, Warner Brothers, what did you do? Who thought that this was a good idea? If CNN Plus went belly up in 1 month, how long do you think CNN Max will last? The only reason why CNN is probably on Max is because, again, they can survive and be parasitic off the other programs that are on Max. and because there are people who are subscribed and pay money to be subscribed to Max. Do you really think that this is a good business decision? Because it ain't.
And letting you know, people are very skeptical of these guys. I'm like, no, they're not. These are the most popular figures, and it's because people can at least smell that you're not bullshitting them the way these guys are.
Right.
And that was always one of the things that I really appreciated about Tucker, was that he would break with the Republican Party and have a completely different view from them. He would break with everyone else on the network, which is like, that's so unheard of today.
Yeah.
In MSNBC, if you look down the whole lineup, at CNN, if you look down the whole lineup, you cannot point to one host who has a drastically different opinion on an issue that matters than the hour before them and the hour before them.
Right.
But if you look at, like, the daytime at Fox News, where they were on the war in Ukraine versus where Tucker was, or where they were on lockdowns versus where Tucker was, is night and day difference.
Yeah.
And so, of course, they removed the one interesting guy. Yeah,
and again, look, let's face it, Fox News, while it may not end up like CNN, it is on the trajectory to be the next CNN. CNN is that canary in the coal mine. It is a failing institution. It's not bringing in the dollars. That's why there's talk about it leaving cable, which is, again, shocking. It was not on my bingo card. I did ask this, especially in our community notes, what all of you, our audience members, thinking about CNN. Is it going to truly die? I think it will. I think we are reaching the end, or the beginning stages of CNN finally collapsing in on itself. Because, again, a fair point has been brought up. There's no way the establishment will let CNN go under. But again, if they're hemorrhaging viewers, if people aren't tuning in, and even if its streaming service failed and they're going to attach themselves to Max, that doesn't guarantee that CNN will have enough staying power. This is kind of historic in a way. And for someone like myself, I despise corporate media. I'm eating it up. I'm laughing at them.
Well, he was kind of doing podcasting on TV. Yeah. He had gotten to the point where his show was so huge that he could kind of get away with it. And he incrementally kept ramping it up till he's like, the CIA killed Kennedy.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah, he started really going for it.
He was going for it.
That was great. People need to hear that.
Well, the beautiful thing is now he's just going for it on Twitter. And, Elon's like, okay, go ahead.
And you can see it in him that even though he was going for it on Fox, you can see the freedom he has. Oh, yeah. Like on Twitter, where he's like, okay, I'm not pulling any punches now. Yeah. And I love that. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Well, it's important. It really is. And people need to wake the fuck up.
Well, look.
True. Nothing that Joe Rogan or Dave Smith said was controversial. They're true. Again, everything about CNN as an institution is absolute failure. It's pathetic. The talent at CNN are not journalists. They're talent. That's it. They just read a script. They're not going to tell you what they really think. They're too afraid. They don't have the spine or the courage to really be courageous. Not Jake Tapper, not Anderson Cooper, definitely not Wolf Blitzer, definitely not Kaylin Collins. She has no charisma whatsoever, and yet she has, the 8 p.m. time slot? Is her show any good? No, it's not. It lacks any kind of humanity. Have you seen her interview people? If you thought Crystal Ball was bad, Kaylin Collins is far, far worse. Epic failure. But hey, I got to be honest with you guys and gals. Maybe I'm being too mean. Maybe I like kicking somebody when they're down. Maybe I just want to curb stomp their face in because, again, CNN has done a lot of damage. But I know sometimes I cross the line. But, I never said I was the hero. I'll never say I'm a good person. Because anytime I get a chance to kick CNN, I got to pull this Coca-Cola Classic out the refrigerator. Shout out to Case Study QB. My friend, this video is a work of art. It came out sometime on June 24th of 2022. And I love it.
Everybody knows by now that CNN's hitting rock bottom. Their ratings have hit record lows. Chris Cuomo was fired. Jeff Zucker forced out. Host Brian Stelter's days are numbered, reportedly. And we can see why. His show last week getting 56,000 viewers in the demo. Now, for context, I was going to name shows that rate higher than that, but we don't have time. I'd have to read you the entire TV guide. But when it rains,
hold on, my lovelies. It gets better.
it pours. Not only has CNN lost viewers, they've lost what little respect they ever had. When CNN approached Republican candidate for Arizona governor, Kari Lake, things didn't go well. Watch.
Hi, Kari.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Come off and CNN.
You don't have a mask on anymore. What's going
We're
on?
outside. Do you have a minute to
Well,
chat?
we're 6 feet apart.
Do you have a minute to chat?
I'll do an interview.
Okay.
As long as it airs on CNN Plus.
She's factoring in what was said. Like, oh, right. CNN Plus is gone. Look, getting roasted. What do I do? Do I get mad or do I smile? She'll be a loser and smile.
Just a
I should be a better man. I should be a better person, but I'm not. I again, hold on. We're rewinding that just to be petty.
6 feet apart.
Do you have a minute to chat?
I'll do an interview.
Okay.
As long as it airs on CNN Plus.
56 seconds into the video. This video is 1 minute and 12 seconds long. 56 seconds in, and we get this gorgeous, beautiful screenshot. It's like a fine Italian dinner. Magnifique. It's so beautiful. The jokes just write themselves, because here you have a jagoff CNN reporter getting schooled. CNN Plus, everyone associated with that, goes under in 1 month.
Does that still exist? I didn't think so, because the people don't like what you guys are peddling, which is propaganda. Thank you.
Wow. Glad someone finally said it.
Now, hold on, Fox. You are no angels either. So what can we take away from this? The people who run Warner Brothers Discovery, you're a bunch of morons. The people in charge of CNN, you're a bunch of morons. You always have been. I mean, there's nothing more nice to say. You don't fit the description of functioning adult people. Okay, CNN. People at Max. Do you want your streaming service to go under? Because this is how your streaming service will go under. As soon as more and more viewers and average people are made aware that CNN is going to worm its way in and bite down on us, people are going to want to walk away. CNN isn't a big money bringer. CNN doesn't have what it takes to be relevant in this modern day and age. So Warner Brothers Discovery, Max, on September 27th, the biggest mistake you could ever invest in will be on your platform. And all what I'm going to do is laugh at you.